Something you'll remember about me is on this channel, I always encourage people to think for yourself. It doesn't matter who you're a fan of, it doesn't matter how famous that person is. It's always good for you to have that ability to separate your like of a person or piece of media or whatever and come up with your own individual thoughts. Just because you're a fan of someone doesn't mean you have to literally agree with everything they say or do. If you do that, it means you're no longer really an individual. You're just a fucking sheep. You're literally just a puppet. You're somebody like a mindless follower. You have no individuality, and it makes sense why a lot of these super famous YouTubers and celebrities get away with straight up crimes. When you look at Logan Paul and you look at the amount of the sheer amount of shit that he has been into, you look at the crimes that he basically committed by robbing his fans, doing these scams and all of this shit, and just basically walking away with it with no real consequences besides people on YouTube talking, saying bad things about him. It's kind of obvious why he's able to do that, because he has amassed a huge number of these brainless fans that I mentioned before. And the same goes for people like Mr. Beast and KSI, which is the topic of this video today. KSI and all of these people, they're all slaves to money, right? They don't care about morality, they don't care about integrity, they just care about those dollar bills, y'all. Like, it's very fucking sad too, because, and I mentioned the whole thing about, you know, thinking for yourself and being a fan is not like a super fan, or a meat riding fan I should say, is not a good thing. Because I should say I still am somewhat of a fan of the guy. I still watch his content, right? I'm not going to pretend that when it's time for me to relax and I see a dumb try not to laugh video about him laughing at stupid shit, I'm not going to pretend that I'm not going to watch it. I am going to still watch that because I find it entertaining. If you don't, that's fine. But the whole point of this video is that you can watch someone's content and still critique them or criticize them when it's necessary. So with the whole Dan TDM situation and KSI, most of you probably know about it already. They created this garbage product called Lunchly, which is just terrible for kids. It's a bunch of processed garbage food with ridiculous amounts of sugar and bad. Basically, it's just bad for kids. It's not really good for kids. I would say this: if people criticize that you're promoting this type of stuff to kids, just take the fucking L. Stop acting like you have no balls. But I think the thing that's preventing KSI from actually doing that is he's contractually obligated to not say anything bad about the product. The reality is that KSI and Logan Paul are in business together. I never liked this move. I always said it doesn't matter. I said this too in his Discord with other fans. I had conversations with them in his Discord about this. I never liked this fucking guy, and the fact that KSI hopped into bed with him doing business together was just fucking sickening and disgusting to me. But at the end of the day, he is a slave to money. He only cares about those millions upon millions that he can potentially make with someone like Logan Paul. KSI basically saved Logan Paul's image. He basically helped him like seem more like a nice guy for people to give him a second chance, and it was successful, obviously. Anyway, so after him getting criticized, rightfully so, for his garbage product and his also shit response, he went ahead and still posted this. He said, "Thanks for the free promo, pussy." And then he tags Dan TDM, right? He said, "DM me your bank details for the payment, LMAO." Right? You know, people are rightfully clowning him. Like, this guy says his fans are turning on him, and it's a picture of a comment in one of his videos. This person says, "I grew up watching you, and I've now realized you never grew up. Do better." I think this is like a big part of KSI's problem, is that he's still so arrogant. It's very childlike. You know, it's very immature, the level of arrogance that he has. But it's always been a part of his personality. the way he handles situations is always comes off as super arrogant and all of that shit. The thing is that in my opinion, dude, as I said, he just doesn't have the balls. He doesn't have the balls to say no to the contracts that are happening behind the scenes. He doesn't have the balls to say no to his bosses, because let's not pretend KSI doesn't have superiors. There's people who tell him to go do certain things and react in a certain way, or go to this interview and so on and so forth. At the end of the day, he is literally just like this token black guy, if you think about it. Like, when you look at him partnering up with people like Mr. Beast. Hold on a second, I'll get KSI. I'll just search Launchley. When you look at pretty much his collaboration with Mr. Beast and this other fucking snake in the grass, Logan Paul, you could really just tell he's just there to be the token black guy. That's all he's there for. He's a cool black guy that these two can associate themselves with, which is going to kind of somewhat make them seem like better individuals. But in reality, Mr. Beast has been caught basically employing a bunch of fucking weirdos, and he's not addressing it at all because he knows he's too rich and famous to do so. The public are literally beneath him, and that's the fucking problem. Like, there's no real ramifications for these guys. Like, they're literally getting away with crimes, and they face zero consequences, really, besides a bit of bad talk on the internet, besides a few people kind of coming out and saying, oh, you guys fucking suck. They don't face any real legal action. You know, in my opinion, Logan Paul doing those crypto scams should have been fucking jailed immediately. The government should have stepped in and said, hey yo, this is illegal, we're gonna do an investigation and we're gonna take this fucking seriously. But that just doesn't happen because he's a celebrity. And as we've seen many times before, a lot of these celebrities just get away with shit just because of the fact that they're famous. They generate millions of dollars, and some of that money goes to payoffs. Some of that money goes to keeping them out of jail. They hire the best lawyers. They have all of these assets at their disposal, you know, and it just is where it is. So in my opinion, KSI has already he's already went down this road a long time. Like, from the time that he got into bed with Logan Paul, in my opinion, he kind of lost my respect there. Am I going to laugh at his dumb content from time to time? Of course I am. I'm not gonna pretend, right? It is still funny, right? But am I gonna like do all of the super fan shit, like listen to his music and follow his boxing career and all of that? Nah, I've never been interested in all of that extra stuff. KSI to me has always been this guy just to get some quick entertainment, you know, when you're trying to like chill out, you know, like maybe you got a bunch of snacks and you're looking for something on the internet to watch. I think it's like just he does these kind of like compilation of just laughing at people in stupid situations, or these try not to laughs, as I said before. Anyway, in my opinion, this guy has definitely lost his way a long time. And he is 100% a slave to money. I don't give a fuck what any of his super fans or meat riding fans have to say. Right, the dude is just, he's just gone. You know, so this person actually called him out. This person says, Diablo says, bro, this is not helping you at all. Wrap it up and apologize. KSI, and this is an actual real response. I saw this on his account before he deleted it. He says, your mother should apologize to me for creating you. And this is how he handles criticism. You know, it's this level of arrogance that I never fucking liked about the dude, right? Outside of his comedic side, this is not something I ever fucking liked. The way he handles criticism, I'm talking about any type of criticism. We've seen it with his brother when Deji called him out on certain things. He thinks himself so above someone like Deji. I mean, he is, but he thinks himself so above someone like Deji that, you know, criticism from him is like an insult, even if the criticism is valid. So that's why he handles past criticisms in such a overly immature way, you know. And yeah, man, like it's pathetic because he even went back and deleted that post because this person actually ratioed him into oblivion. The person who took the screenshot, they screenshot this shit and tried to make it seem like the guy is getting destroyed, but in reality KSI was like losing ratio like bad. I think he had like 7 or 8,000 likes on his reply and KSI only had like 1K or something. And then the Diablo guy replied again and it ratioed him twice. You know, this is the type of fans is what I'm talking about. This type of meat ride and shit. This other guy catching a left hook. Like, bro, get off your knees, man. You're literally fucking sad, bro. What's grown-ass man? Same. Dumbest person. You know, I actually think he was talking about KSI here. My bad, Corey Campbell. Anyway, so overall, I think KSI is a slave to money. It's sad to see that he is going down this road. If he continues, I might just drop him completely as a person that I watch, because there's only so much I can take. I can only, what's the word, suspend my disbelief for so long, you know what I mean? I can only turn a blind eye for so long when it comes to certain types of behaviors, you know. So if he continues making these types of decisions, reacting this way, attacking his audience and anyone that criticizes him, I think I'm just gonna walk away completely and he'll just end up becoming just another guy on the internet to me, you know. But besides that, it just is what it is. If you all agree with my take, you think KSI is a slave to money, you think that's all he cares about, go ahead and like and subscribe. It means that you're thinking and you're using common sense to make your decisions. But if you're one of those fanboys and you're just here to get angry and leave mean comments and whatever, go fuck yourself. Your words literally mean nothing to me, right? You are bottom of the barrel. This dude is literally spitting in your face and you're watching him and saying thank you daddy. That's how sad you are. Your parents would be disappointed to see you in such a state. But anyway, besides that, I want everybody else to have a good rest of your day, and I am out. Later.